Okay, guys, welcome to what a few people have asked me for, in particular, collector of stuff. That's Monty. Monty's got some very cool collections of a bunch of stuff. So he had asked me, and others have asked me, to go through some of my other collections. In particular, this one's comic books. Now, I've got a box here. I'll tell you a little story here. I've got a box here that's fallen apart. You can see it's been sort of taped a long time ago. I had a flood in my basement about 2 years ago, and I thought all these things were in plastic crates. You know, the boxes in plastic crates and sealed and up above the floor on other crates that were not comics. Well, as it turned out, I have to apologize, I've got allergies and my breathing is not good. But as it turned out, they weren't where they should be. One of my boys was going through the comics, and so, you know, I'm left with, in some cases, comics that may have mold on them. And I'm going to go through some of these and make sure that they don't. That's my goal here today. They may have a little bit of moisture, but I think most of them are salvageable, probably. If I find any that have mold, I'm going to chuck them. Part of it will be by smell. Part of it will just be by, you know, whatever, by look. But the first one, somebody's going to go on my wall, like this group. Like this group, I think it's going to go on my wall someplace. I really love this comic. I want to get it up and above, and it's kind of unique. And this is a limited run, 12-issue limited series. Marvel put out, I don't know, back in the 70s probably is my guess. And that is Squadron Supreme. So this is issue number 1. It's in good shape, by the way. I paid like $1 something for most of these. You see a price tag on these, but I paid half price when I bought these. Issue number 2. Squadron Supreme is pretty cool. I'm just gonna go through. They have all 12. I'm just gonna go through them and show you the covers while I talk about them. Squadron Supreme is unique in that it wasn't necessarily happy endings with them, and so you had possibility of death within the squadron, and that kind of made it unique, I think. Great artwork on these, as you can see. Really cool looking art. Another one there. Issue number 8. These seem to be in good shape too. 9. All in bags, so they travel pretty well. 10. Almost looks like Wonder Woman there. But there's a Marvel venture, as I mentioned. 11. Oops, sorry about the glare there. And finally, last episode, the last comic is 12. So that's Squadron Supreme. I think those are in good shape, those 12. So I'll be doing something with those. But back when comics were 75 cents, the first one was $1.25, but it's a little thicker. So that's Squadron Supreme, 12 issues. Glad I have them all. I'll be doing something with those. Now, these are in no order. There's not all Marvel necessarily in this. I don't know what's in this thing, to be honest with you. Some are boarded in bags, some are not. It's just a mismatch. So let me, this must be much later than that. This is in not good shape. Looks like it's been read and not bagged. Anyway, this is Superman Batman, DC number 4. Captain Marvel, obviously, on the cover. Hawkman, don't know much more about it. I'm going to separate these accordingly. This one looks like it's in really bad shape. Somebody messed with it. Superman, Man of Steel, number 31. The cover's coming off. I'll read that one and probably just leave it as something I read and put to the side. Here's Detective Comics number annual from 1990, number 3. Looks like some sort of I don't know, native something or there's Batman on the cover. I'll separate these, like I said, accordingly, and I'll do something with this box eventually. I don't know why I got to retape it, I guess. Another one that's been, actually, this came right off, sadly. Superboy, the comic book number 8, with Bizarro. I'll look for the comic and see if I can slide it back in there, but sadly that came apart for some reason. Here's one that I'm probably not great fans of, but I'll maybe reread this. This is the Avengers Part 4 of this Citizen Kang. So it's a Marvel one. There's part 3 of it. There's another one not in a bag for some reason. These all used to be in bags, by the way. I'm not a big fan of this one, though, as I remember, but I'll probably reread it. Eclipso. He was someone who took over people's... He took them over. He was able to take over their abilities and so on. He kind of became them, I guess. This is Justice League Europe. Not a big fan, but yeah. Let's see here. Okay. I'm already getting kind of off the beaten path here. Let's see. That's going to be DC. These are ones that I have to do something with. These are Marvels. Okay. Another Batman. This one isn't a bag. Issue number 496 of the Nightfall story with Bane. Here's 662 Detective Comics Batman. Don't know what that's about exactly. Kind of a cool cover, though. Night Quest, The Search. Here's Bruce Wayne. This is A Day in the Death of an English Village. Shadow with a Bat. I like Batman books quite a bit. Here's $4.99. They're in no order at all. Nightfall. They used to be in some order, but I think when the flood hit, I just gathered them up and threw them in boxes, and it's been a year and a half or 2 years, and I haven't really messed with them much. Here's an annual from 1989, annual number 2 to Detective Comics. Looks like a Ku Klux Klan story of some sort, I guess, from the cover. I don't remember a lot of these. Some of them I do, and some of them I don't. I don't remember that. And here's, for some reason, these are back to back. Let's see. I don't think I like this story the best. Maybe that's why it's in together. I don't know. This was something called The Greatest Responsibility. Part 1 of 3, The Amazing Spider-Man. And here's part 2 of 3, Spider-Man, Greatest Responsibility. Scarlet Spider there. I don't think there's a Scarlet Spider anymore, but maybe there is. I don't read comics as much as I used to, so I've kind of lost track. This is something I never cared for. Thor had the Thor core. There's a bunch of different Thors. I didn't care for it. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. All right. Here's a Flash annual. Bloodlines. Outbreak. So that's going to go in the DC pile over here. This one without a cover. Who is it? What is this? There's no cover at all. And what is this? Some sort of X-Men with Magneto in it. Couldn't tell you what it is exactly. Utopia. Some sort of Utopia Parida. I don't know. No cover. I'll put that over in the pile with no cover. Probably those will just be tossed to the side or something. Superboy number 2, First Fire. I'll put that in a board in a bag. So that's salvageable. Superman in Action Comics. Kind of a cool cover on this one. Cauldron Kills. Also Lobo's in this. Issue number 695. Shiny, shiny, shiny. I'll go in the DC pile. There's Superman, The Blaze, Satanist War is Over, it says. I don't know much more about that. It's the cover of it, though. There's a Batman, Night Quest, The Crusade. Again, out of the cover, don't know why. There's a Superman, same thing, The Fall of Bizarro. Looks pretty cool. I'll make sure I get boards and bags on these, even if I have to double them up for now. Here's another one, another Bizarro world. Superman versus Bizarro. Superman in Action Comics. Backwards. Kind of cool. Another one without a board and bag. Don't know why. Again, all these. I don't know. Day of the Doppelgangers. Fantastic Four number 368. Marvel pile here. Adventures of Superboy number 19. Chaos of the Kryptonite Creature. Looks pretty cool. Again, I'll put a board and bag on that. There's a lot of these without boards and bags. I don't know what these guys did. Brimstone Goes Bad. Superboy number 14. See, actually, The Adventures of Superboy. Official title. I like Superboy comics. Back when Superman wasn't normally quite as powerful as he was later on. All right, let's see here. Now, these seem to mostly have boards and bags, so that's good. Another Night Quest 502 Batman. This would be when Azrael took over, I believe. Azrael was kind of a different type of character, I guess. He took over as Batman when Batman failed. Lobo Annual, Bloodlines, DC. Here's an old DC one here. Phantom Stranger. Back when comics were 20 cents. This is probably in the 60s or 70s. Probably 70s. Looks older. That's a DC. There's one without a board, but with a bag. Again, this store core thing, I don't care for that. Iron Man, Assault on Armor City. I like Iron Man. I used to have a pretty extensive collection of a lot of this stuff years ago, and Battle for Metropolis, Superman, and a lot of my stuff I traded or sold. I sold a lot of stuff. Here's a board I can use with one of these bags eventually. A little sip of water here. Scarface. Looks like Toy Master. I can't remember his name. Toy Man, I think. Detective Comics of Batman. Shadow of the Bat. I'll put all these things together eventually. Tallyman. Nightfall number 1. Nightfall number 1. And apparently, for some reason, I have 2 of those. Nightfall number 1 again. I must have bought it because it was Nightfall number 1. I'll probably sell one of those if it's worth anything. Nightfall number 3. Nightfall number 5. Looks like we have some Nightfalls in a row here. Nightfall number 6. Nightfall number 7. Poison Ivy, always a favorite of mine. I like the Poison Ivy character. Shadow of the Bat, God of Fear. Shadow of the Bat, I guess it's part 3, Curse of the Bat. Night Quest, The Crusade. Catwoman fighting Azrael. Okay, Nightfall number 15. Bane. I didn't like Bane in the movie, by the way. It's too weird. Bane, I don't know. It was okay, I guess, that movie, but it was one of my favorites. Shadow of the Bat, God of Fear with Scarecrow. Night Quest. Another Night Quest. Hopefully you can see these all right. A lot of Night Quests here. There's Azure. This is 501. Somewhere I think I have 500. I used to, but that might have been one that got ruined. It's amazing how many got ruined here. Another Batman. That's why some of them, you know, it seems like I was missing 4 out of the number 4 out of the Nightfall. And I may not have it anymore. It may be one that got ruined. So there's a tab for Batman. Oh, here's some more. Let's see what we got here. Here's 12. A lot of Batman. Justice League Task Force on the Night Quest. Here's a Detective Comics Night Quest. Some sort of monster movie thing. I don't know. Here's the Adventures of the Thing, number 2. No Border Bag. A Ghost Rider in it. I like Ghost Rider. No Border Bag on this one. Task Force Justice League. See what I can do about putting something on that. Now look at this. Part 4 annual Guardians of the Galaxy. They're kind of popular nowadays, aren't they? Here's what's the heck happened to this bag? There is a bag. It just got kind of something happened to the bag. It just got all smushed. Let me fix this bag here. Attempt to.